Hello everyone. Uh, Hello everyone. My name is Sushil Phogat, Chartered Accountant and AICA Level 2 learner. Welcome to my Capstone demo on JE testing, General Entry Testing Analysis. This tool is a fully offline Python application designed for chartered accountants to perform high quality journal entry testing aligned with SA 240, SA 315, SA 330, ICAI and NFRA expectations for audit analysis, SAP, HANA metadata fields. The entire application is coded in Python with Tkinter, GUI, and use Panda, NumPy, and OpenPlexi for data processing and export. Now I show you the application, and this is the final application which I coded first with the copilot. I drafted the prompt, then rectified the prompt with copilot, then generated the code with chat gpt, and those codes were later on fine tuned with copilot, and the final application uh, final this Python file is generated from Claude, and after that I created this as an application for J testing. This is I show you the application overview on this. This is I just opened this application. This application is useful and can handle the large data set, which when we are doing handling the data with Excel, Excel's not give us the information in a way which we require. Now I just open this application. It's then till the time application opens, I just run through my presentation on this. This is project overview. The comprehensive analysis examines journal entry to identify unusual patterns, potential fraud indicators through statistical testing and risk-based sample methodology. Quantitative metrics from the journal entry population, Benford law conformity assessment, high risk transaction identification, and actionable audit recommendations. Key population and characteristics. Entry distribution: 60% of entries fall below 5,000 with concentration in routine operational accounts. Large entries above rupees 1 lakh represent only 3% of volume but 47% of total population. Timing patterns: significant spike information, user activities, 5 user responsible for 75% of manual entries. Understand of the Benford law. In this app will analyze the Benford law and Benford law interpretation. This is the Benford law interpretation, conformity assessment. Population shows general alignment of Benford law expectation, digit for anomalies, and implications for audit. High risk journal entry identification, risk score framework, multi dimensional analysis, threshold application, prioritization. These are the analysis to be done when we are doing JE testing. Risk flag, there are risk flag, period and timing, rounded number, any rounded number of entries, unusual accounts, additional risk factor, manual override, any sort of manual override in the approval of the journal entries, no documentation, off hours posting, any posting to be done after the business hours. High risk entry summary: this is a summary dashboard of the information, and these are the transactions which are to be extracted by the tools. when we use it. What the control environment assessment targeting, these are the main results which we assess. And and the next step is the detailed watching, based on the samples which is extracted from the tools. We will do our testing, then control testing and management inquiry about the exceptions and documentation and reporting. Based on the after that, when we reach at the conclusion, we put the documentation and report accordingly. Conclusion and key takeaways. Systematic approach identifying material audit areas. Benford Law provided valuable screening. Control improvement needed wherever control improvement is required. Now my tool is open. I just share the tool with you. This is a final tool which is created, and this is a basically dashboard of the information. These are the things which we need to plug in. Say jdump, we need to plug in jdump here. So this is a data which is created only for the purpose of this is a 10,000 entries jdump. This is chart of account. Basically chart of account comprises the mapping of the account, and these are the excluded gls. These are the excluded gls which we think, these are the normal gls, normal sort of entries be there, we can exclude. These entries are the summary of the recurring patterns where the normal purchase and sale entries passes in the GL. This is a summary of the holiday list, holiday during the year. And this is a configuration file. Configuration file basically comprises the mapping of the tools identification with the GL dump. So how the GL dumps headers are mapped with the tool. So this, by the clicking load data, we load the data. There are, it shows 10,000 entries are uploaded in this, and these are the parameters which we selected for our testing. Then we start run test. When we start run test, it shows automatically, it within a fraction of second it summarizes the information. This is total population. This population is this. Excluding safe is 951. Natural order violation, weekend holiday, segregation. These are the summaries. It's extracted within a fraction of second. And now we can export this report in the Excel. We can save this report as final summary for analysis. It's saved here. This is the file which we saved. I show you the output of this. Just file is opening. Excel is taking time to open. Yeah, now it's opened. This is a summary file. It shows 10,000 lines. This population 9,049. Excluded items are 951. This is a summary of risk flag. That the app flagged natural order violation, weekend holiday entry, same preparer reviewer, large and round of amount, missing preparer, invalid GL. This is a Banford law, summary of the Banford law, which is used for the analysis. This is the top risk JE entries. What is this? I just, it need to be formatted because it's not giving us in the formatted way, but we need to format it, and it's an easy way not to be worried on this. These are the information which is there in the GL dump. Okay, and these are the flags which is basically created by the, or identified by the tab. So in this we can identify which is true. So these are the entries where the entries are, these are the excluded entries basically, and this is the flag of risk pattern where the user are same recurring patterns, or we can say natural order violation. All sort of things are flagged. Based on this we can summarize this information and analyze this information for further analysis. Along with this, it gives the risk category as well. Risk category 10 is the highest, and 1 is the lowest. So this is the categorization of risk based on the identification how the data will fall. It's in how many parameters it's be fall when we review it. Because if item comes in 2 or 3 areas, then the risk category will increase by in a way. So and this is the detailed data. On the detailed data, this is the complete risk classification of all the data, where in some of the information where we see it's a 0B there, because when we identify it's a recurring nature entries, it classifies them as a 0. So this is the final, I can say, output of the tool. And I think I am able to show you a tool which is useful in a way. And we can we can have a further plan to improve this in a way, so that it can, along with the SAP, it can be run on Oracle and all those things. And thank you for watching the demonstration of CA Sushil Phogat of JE testing tool for SAP HANA. The tool delivers automation, analytical precision, audit trail quality, complete offline security. I think I I am able to create this tool with the help of my training on AICA, and it's be useful for me. Thank you. Hello everyone. My name is Sushil Phogat. Today today I am presenting you uh, a problem statement where in the audit we are involved in the JE testing, and JE testing is the more complex situation for an auditor. From the perspective of an auditor, we need to perform the JE testing to make an assessment of management override of control. To get a comfort over management override of control, JE testing is one of the part of an audit in the JE testing, because when JE testing to be performed, it's to be performed on the larger data set. And when the data set are larger, in that situation, in Excel or in any other tool, when we are performing our procedures, so then in that situation will arises where the Excel stuck up, or when we use other tool is also not give us that comfortable answer in an easy way. So either when we go for idea, or when we go for HCL, there are a lot of configurations to be made, and the configuration to be matched in a way, and data to be cleaned up in a way. And along with this, when we reach when we try this with the Power BI also requires some sort of activities to be performed with respect to data cleaning. But now, when I completed my AICA to batch, then I start thinking from the perspective to develop an app, from the perspective to resolve this problem, where data sets to be analyzed with the Python. In the Python is a language we understand that it's an easier to use, and it can handle the larger data set with an easy way. So now I developed a prototype model for the JE testing, where we uploaded the information, and in a minute, uh, all data is analyzed by the tool, and it give us the output. For the tool, I write the prompt first from the copilot, i uh, then I use the chat GPT to refine the prompt, and later on, with when the prompt is finalized, uh, from that I generated the code, Python code, and uh, based on the Python codes, an app is created, which we know as J testing assistant for assistant. And this is the feature, basically journal entry testing. The challenges situation which we already discussed, the challenges is there, and the situation is there that we discussed, and the technical architecture for the development of this app. Python core engines are in Python is used, and along with the Python-Tkinter graphical user interface for interactive interaction, and pandas, numpys, and open plexi libraries to robust data processing and Excel expert functionality are used. Complete offline, this is a complete offline tool, and in this case, data security and data privacy have no issue, because this tool run on the my desktop only, and with one click analysis, it give me the precise information which I required. This is an application overview. This is an application overview. However, still we are not able to create this application is not able to create the dashboard, but the dashboard is only for the purpose of explanation. And there is an input file, parameter panel, and this dashboard panel, which is the final output. Basically, it's everything: risk risk information, parameter panel, and input file. All the things in full file we give the input, parameter panels where we define the parameters in which the data set to be analyzed. This we gain when we are doing an audit to get an understanding of it. And risk dashboard panel is basically the final output which give us which information to be analyzed in a way. So loading source data, the JDump from SAP HANA, chart of account, which GL to be excluded because based on our auditing or based on our initial procedures, we can exclude some sort of GLs which we identify there is no such sort of risk be there, and recurring pattern where we know it's a recurring entity, say purchase and sales and all those things which are the recurring in the nature, we define those things and we classify the risk to be low. And holiday list, these are the inputs which we give to the tool. And behind the scenes intelligent data processing, this is the part of the tool, basically field standardization, integrity validation, and risk computation. All these things are performed by the tool itself because it's coded in a way. And the comprehensive risk platform, natural order violation, segregation of duties, missing preparer datas, weekdays and holiday posting, larger amount anomalies, and invalid GL accounts. These are the analysis which is performed by the tool. And this is basically how segregation of the data. This is a data distribution which the data set I use it, and this is comprehensive Excel working because at the end final output is in Excel which we can use for further our testing or analysis. And it reduces time 95% because excel create problem and it hang up lot of time when we analyze larger data set, and we need to put lot of permutation combination, we look up, patch lookup, and all those things, all formulas to be used, which is not required in this case. And this tool is 100% compliance with respect to SA 240, SA 315, and SA 330. And there is no dependency on the cloud as for the other tools we need to dependent on the cloud. This tool is workable on the standalone system. Now I show you the tool, and this is basically uh, the information which I created the prompt. This is a prompt file, and based on the prompt I generated Python. I generated the Python code. I saved those codes in the py files. Later on, py file is converted into the app, and this is the app which we are using for the analysis. This is a data set which we will upload in the system, and the final output will be extracted. So I for ease of doing, I just open this tool, and this is the tool basically interface we are looking. In the tool interface, we need to upload the data sets. These are the data sets which need to be uploaded. These are the simple data sets because for the easy understanding, I use the data set. I use the 10,000 GL dump entries GL dump for my use. So this is a J dump of 10,000 entries which I uploaded. This is a chart of account because chart of account is the part of it's basically the information which to be used by the tool for the analysis. This is a chart of account, and this is the excluded GL because we when we understand कि some of the GLs to be excluded from the analysis, either it's smaller in the amount or the we during the course of our substantive testing we and the control testing we understand कि in these GLs we are not observed any sort of risk, and these are the recurring patterns. Recurring patterns are the patterns which where journal entries are to be posted, like normal purchases and sales are recorded in this data ledger and along with the sales and creditors with the purchases. These are the normal entries which passed, and we identify and classify those for the analysis because the in the recurring entries there are least, I can say, risk level to be lower than the normal. This is the list of holiday list, and this is a configuration file. Configuration file is nothing, it's basically the file which we use which you use to map the GL heading with our with the system headings with the tool headings, and just we load the data. Within the load of data, it automatically loaded then 10,000 line items, and it gives us the basic information of the data, large J threshold, round of number base, materiality. All these things are we given in the parameters for the analysis, and off day, and natural order, risk weighted. This is a risk weightage given for the analysis, and now we can just say run risk test. Within the fraction of second it completed the risk, total population, risk population, excluded safe items, natural order violation, holiday, weekend holiday entries, segregation, large round amount, missing preparer, invalid GLs. And when we say export, it immediately it exported the information. Say I exported this as dash one. It saved. It saved in my out. It's here. Okay. Reported save successfully. I just need to see data for testing. It's there in the data for testing. It's saved here. This is expectation summary. When we open the file, just wait. I just need to close this I need to open that. Exception summary is extracted, and in this we get the information which we require to be further analyzed in a way and in the parameters out of the out of the total population which is segregated from this. We use our tool for the sample selection, and we analyze those samples for our testing and documented those in a way. This is the file which is extracted. So this in this file, yeah, this is the benefit analysis which is used by the tool. This is summary of the benefit analysis. These are the risky items which is extracted by the tools. In the classification, flag excluded GL. So which GL is excluded? It mentioned on the basis of that. It says, okay, if I filter it, then it says, okay, it's true, false. So the true is means these are the excluded GLs, and these are the recurring pattern information here in the true. Okay, and flag natural order is true, false, and flag weekend entries and flag holiday entries. This is a flag same preparer reviewer. Is it same preparer reviewer? Is it the large amount of? It's a large amount of entries, round of numbers, and based on this, whichever we selected as true, whichever we selected as false, and we can its population is segregated in an easy way and within the shorter period of time. And along with this, if we see, it give us the risk score as well, which we define 10 is the highest and 1 is the lowest. Based on that, it categorize my journal entries in the category. And this is the detailed data which we used, 10,000 line items, and all population is analyzed in a way and in in a very shorter period of time. This app is very helpful for the JE testing, for the risk assessment, and identifying entries which to be tested by the auditors in during the course of their audit. And it improve, I think this tool is very good from the perspective, from the control environment observation perspective, because period and entries weakness, high concentration of manual entries, weak segregation of duties, documentation gaps. Because if there is a gap in the documentation, same sequential numbers, it analyze in a very short period of time, and it can be concluded in easy way. Next step, next step is to obtain the support, discuss with the management whatever outcome be there, perform walkthroughs, and conclude impact on the material misstatement risk. This along with this, I just I just try to build this tool further for along with the SAP, it can be further improved in a way any sort of data to be included, and with the interactive interactive user interface, it can analyze the data and it work offline and give us the information